You ever notice how people talk about the Eastern Diamondback like it's a celebrity or something? I mean, it's a snake for crying out loud, but we give it this fancy name Eastern Diamondback. What's with the Eastern part, by the way? Is there a Western Diamondback that's like the cool cousin or something? I went to the zoo and saw an Eastern Diamondback and I was like, oh, it's just a snake in a box. But then I read that the Eastern Diamondback is the largest venomous snake in North America. And I'm like, okay, now you're talking. I wonder if the Eastern Diamondback has a publicist, because every time I see a picture of it, it's all coiled up and looking menacing. And have you ever tried to order a drink at a bar and say, I'll have an Eastern Diamondback? The bartender just looks at you like you're crazy. I'm Seth MacFarlane, and I've got some jokes about the Western coral snake. So the Western coral snake, it's a venomous snake found in the southwestern United States and northern Mexico. I mean, who needs enemies when you have a snake that can kill you with one bite, right? The Western coral snake has a pretty cool pattern, with red, yellow, and black bands like it's wearing a tiny little sombrero, but don't let its cute outfit fool you. This snake is deadly, like my aunt at a family reunion. I was reading about the Western coral snake, and apparently it's nocturnal, so it does most of its hunting at night. Which is great, because now I have something new to worry about when I'm out in the desert at 3 a.m., besides just being lost and alone. The Western coral snake is also known for its agility. It can climb trees and swim, like a special forces operative, but slimmer. I guess what I'm saying is, if you're ever in the desert and you see a Western coral snake, just remember, it's not a hugger. And finally, the Western coral snake has a very distinctive pattern with the rhyme, fret on yellow, kill a fellow, which is catchy, but not exactly something you want to hear at a party. I mean, can you imagine being at a party and someone like, hey, have you seen my new pet snake? And you're like, is it wearing a red and yellow sweater? I'm going to talk about the Eastern coral snake, a venomous snake found in the southeastern United States. Their habitat ranges from North Carolina to Florida, and they love to hang out in the wood swamps and pine flatwoods. These snakes are known for their bright colors, with a pattern of red, yellow, and black bands that make them look like they're wearing a fancy little snake tuxedo. The Eastern coral snake is also known for being a master of disguise, able to blend in with its surroundings like a snake version of a chameleon, but not really because it's still pretty obvious it's a snake. One thing that's interesting about the Eastern coral snake is that it's nocturnal, which means it does most of its hunting at night, probably because it heard the early bird gets the worm, but the late snake gets the mouse. The venom of the Eastern coral snake is a powerful neurotoxin that can cause respiratory failure, which is pretty scary, unless you're into that sort of thing, in which case go ahead and get bitten. See if I care. Despite their deadly venom, Eastern coral snakes are generally not aggressive and will only bite humans if they feel threatened or provoked. So just remember, if you see one, don't try to hug it or give it a high five, because that's just not going to end well for anyone involved. Western Diamondback Rattlesnake. You know, the snake that's like the cowboy of the desert? It's got a rattle, it's got a venom, and it's got an attitude that says, don't mess with me, partner. I was out in the desert the other day, and I saw a Western Diamondback Rattlesnake just chillin' in the sun. And I'm thinking, man, that snake is so relaxed. It's like it's on snake vacation. But then I realized it's not on vacation. It's just waiting for its next meal to come along and get all rattled up. You know, Western Diamondback rattlesnakes are known for their distinctive rattle, which is like a warning sign that says, stay away, I'm poisonous. But honestly, if I saw a snake with a rattle that said, warning sassy snake ahead, I'd be way more afraid.